What is up, everybody? It's the Dope Show Live. I am your idiot leader, Dope, and today we got a special guest. Where's Digger Jim at? Let's bring him on in. Let's see if I can do that. There he is. What's up, Digger Jim?
Hey there, good sir.
What you been up to, man?
I've just been digging. That's what I do, man.
I've seen it on all the shorts, man.
Yeah,
digging and comic books. That's a wild combination.
You know, it's like you look on my Instagram. It says when I'm not, digging in long boxes for comics, I'm digging in the ground for history. So that's why I played on that word and said, you know what? Because a lot of my other people that do digging and whatnot, they have a separate channel. And he's like, "Oh, you got to do a separate channel." I said, "I'm too lazy for that." YouTube doesn't like it. I don't care.
The digging community pretty big.
They're very big. I mean, they're all over the place. This one guy, Wicked Digger, is up in Massachusetts, and he has another YouTube channel that he just opens like pack rips and pops and all this other jazz, and that's what he likes to do. I just prefer to do it all on one channel. So
don't blame me for that. Well, I got a busy hour or whatever. I've got a couple of books to look at. I've got 20 questions. Most of the time I have 2 or 3 questions. People will send me questions. You can send me questions on Instagram. You can send me questions on IG Messenger. You can send me questions on Facebook. You can send me questions on YouTube, whatever. But when they found out you was coming on here, I don't know if that's all intended for you, but I got 19 this week.
19? Oh, my God.
19 questions. There's some you've probably never been asked before, so you're going to have to really put some thought in some of these questions.
All right.
Jerry the Jitterbug is here. I just watched Jerry the Jitterbug today. He did a thing from Comic-Con, some small Comic-Con. It's the only kind of Comic-Cons I like to go to. I'm an old man. I like to go to the original ones in the old hotels.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't care for the dress up and the pops and the, I don't know, autographs and all that.
But I've gotten some killer deals at those small cons.
Yeah, I love small cons.
Yeah.
VFWs and shit like that. I love Disney's in here. What is up? And there's Biggie Shack. What's going on? Dope and Digger. This is the Dope and Digger show today. And at the end of the show tonight, I have got this top secret envelope. And it's got something to do about you, Digger.
Uh-oh.
So we got to find out. We got to get to the bottom of this. Well, first of all, what do you call this brown thing here? What is this?
I call it a manila envelope.
I've heard envelope, and envelope. Envelope it is, not an envelope, right?
Envelope. That's the way
all right, so we're getting to the bottom of it. Jerry says no cosplay. I'd like to see Jerry in like a Spider-Woman outfit or something.
Jerry's a handsome man. Let's just get that down to it. All right. I think he has a little bit of Dick Clark disease. He doesn't age very much. Whenever I've seen him, I'm like, wow, he doesn't age at all.
He's taking care of his skin like he does his books he works on.
There you go. I think he has a good skin regimen. You're absolutely right.
First question, Digger Jim. What's your favorite superhero? Somebody wants to know.
Favorite superhero? Oh man. I'm gonna say on the Marvel side, it's probably Iron Man. On the DC side, it's not a hero. I like Deathstroke. I think Deathstroke is just, there's been some stuff written and that, you're just like, man, I just like him. I like him better than some of the heroes. If you have to, if you press me, I would say probably it would be Batman, but that's because the only problem I have with Batman is he don't kill. And that's what I love about Deathstroke. Deathstroke has no problem killing you at all.
I like Deathstroke. Yeah. I like Bloodsport too. I think they're a lot alike. So. Yeah. But and you kind of answered the second part of the question: Marvel or DC?
I go both ways because when I was little, it would have been mostly Marvel, but as I got older, I explored DC and found that I did mostly group books, Justice League, Teen Titans, books like that. I liked the group concept over just the individual book. I don't know why, but they just, to me, they just had, I also gravitated to the artist. I like certain artists, so I wanted to, I wanted that book. If they were drawing it, that's what I wanted.
You a big art guy?
I really am. I mean, the story can be so, but if the art's there, because to me, a comic book always has to be, it has to have good art. If it has bad art, I can't read the story.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I'm usually a story guy first, but I got to have good interior art. I bought a book this week, the Crying Child or something. It was a horror book, and I didn't even read it because I opened it up and it's in black and white and it looked horrible. But the cover was awesome. So I've got to have good artwork inside, but I'm more of a story guy. But I know some people buy them just on the cover art. They're like, collect covers. So
yeah, well, I mean, that's the loop. That's how they loop you in, and they say, you pick up this thing thinking, oh my God, this is an amazing cover, and then you take it home and you didn't even look inside, and you go look inside and it's just trash.
Yeah,
like what is this? But my brother would tell you that he's a story guy. I've always been an art guy. But as I got older, I think I started to now I like to find a good story.
Yeah, I'm all about the story. Yeah.
I'm currently reading independent book Newburn.
Yeah.
And the art's not incredible, but the story is just, I just like, when's the next issue coming out? Because they're leaving me hanging.
And I've had a couple books like Dracula, the Image just came out with, and I know Something's Killing Children, where I first got it and I didn't like the artwork. But your eyes adjust to it and you kind of evolve into that world, and then nothing else would look right if somebody else was to take it over.
Yeah.
So Jimmy G, what is up, Jimmy G?
Jimmy G.
Yeah, and I've been watching you. I got a question for you. I've been watching you on your shorts and everything, and you're always finding change and this and that. And I could see you keeping your silver quarters and stuff. Mm-hmm. But do you ever buy comic books with the change you find?
Actually, it's funny. I did a whole video on that. I did a whole video where I show people how I clean it in the tumbler, and then I take it over there to I got lazy. I don't like to wrap them and take getting to the bank is almost impossible. So I'll take it to the Coinstar and just eat the 4 or 5%, whatever's difference. And then, I'll either buy a slab or some comics, or I buy some silver rounds. Maybe it just depends. If there was a particular Grail book I'm looking, if I need a Hulkameter, that's what I need.
You need a Hulk meter. Everybody needs a Hulk meter.
I got to get a Hulkameter. So yeah, absolutely, man. Are you kidding?
It's kind of what I do all week long. I eat out through drive-thrus and this and that, and all my change I throw in my cup holder. Mm-hmm. And then on my shorts, once a week, I'll go to the comic book store and I have like a $3.32 challenge or $4.15. And I'll dig through books forever just trying to find something I can buy in a price range just to have. I mean, you also get content out of it, so.
Oh, it's a great idea. I thought it was genius. I saw you do one the other day. $6.62. Let's see what we can get.
Yeah, I love just digging, and sometimes I buy a book I already got if that's the best thing possible, but you can get good deals in there, so.
Yeah, it's fun.
Here's the book I bought this week. This is, I think I had $6.42. So I bought a $6 Credible Hulk I didn't have.
Yeah, and that book right there at my LCS would probably be like $15, maybe $17. They're ridiculous at my place. I couldn't even dream of a book like that. Yeah. I got to come down to your place. I told Caroline that. I was like, I need to come to Tennessee just to buy my comics.
Me and Lady Fantastic. I show you around and show you all the cool places. We don't like the same stuff, so we always go in there and she finds stuff and holds it up and I hold stuff up. She's an X-Men and Black Panther, and I'm mainly horror and Hulk, so Ghost Rider. So we don't never
clash, right?
And that's the way that works. So let's see. Here's I Love Disney. I hate it when I suck with a good cover and trash inside. Totally agree.
Yeah,
totally agree.
Yeah.
There's Hippie Collectibles. If you ain't signed up to Hippie Collectibles, he's a good guy. He's always got cool books. And here's $3.42. So save your change up, see what you can get. That's the way to do it. Yeah. And Fish Camp Danny boy wants to let you know that you owe him $7. He went and watched Beekeeper and he didn't like it.
He didn't like. Well, here's the thing. I said in my post about Beekeeper, you have That's have to be what you want to see. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. I was in the mood for some mindless violence, and that's what I got. I mean, this wasn't Oppenheimer. I wasn't looking for Oppenheimer or anything like that. It was a perfect Jason Statham movie. He missed not one single bullet hit him.
Yeah.
He was never cut. I don't even know if anybody punched him. I'm telling you, it was.
I went and watched it also on your, because you told me it was good. And there's a couple of things I thought was ridiculous. A lot of things were ridiculous.
But, yeah, but that's okay. That's what I wanted.
He's trying to kill the president, and he's inside the president's house at a party, walking around with no mask on or nothing, and nobody knows who he is. Yeah. Remember that at the end?
Well, because the organization was supposed to be secret. That's the whole point of that. But he wasn't trying to kill her as much as I think he wanted to kill that boy, her son, more than anything.
And the two most ridiculous things on the movie, one part, he swims up to that island, and Mary had that suit on.
Yeah, yeah.
Where did the skateboard come from? He came out of the manhole and pulled out a skateboard.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I tell you, it's. I don't know what to say. I'm telling you right now, though, it was perfect for what I wanted. I was like, man, I don't want to see anything that I got to think about. Oh, Jason Statham movie. I'll go.
When he was thinking about how am I going to kill the president's son, he's like, leave the guns behind. I'm going to need a skateboard. Roll under these cars.
I can beat up a guy and take his gun. That's okay. That's what.
Then the most ridiculous part of the movie, I thought, is when that other beekeeper was trying to kill him, and they were side by side at the gas station, and she had a Gatling gun. And couldn't shoot him. Remember the Gatling gun back the truck from 6 feet?
Yeah.
And he was hiding behind a tire just spraying gas on her.
And he threw that thing of honey at her or something. And, I didn't know honey was flammable either. I guess it is. But
I mean, how many rounds that thing do a second? And it couldn't hit him on the other side of the car.
It was great. It was great. It's exactly what I wanted.
Well, you owe Fish Camp Danny Boy $7.
All right.
And he also want to know what your favorite movie was. He probably don't care no more, but what's your favorite movie?
What's my favorite movie? Are you talking about right now or
ever?
Man, I can't answer a favorite movie. I mean, that's just too much. I love a lot of cinema.
Beekeeper, right? Beekeeper.
No, Beekeeper's not my favorite movie. You know what? Actually, the last movie that I went to see because I gauge a movie on how I feel when I come out of it. Did it do anything for me? Beekeeper was not going to be that movie. You know what last movie? Walk the Line.
Walk the Line.
Walk the Line. I went out of that movie I looked at my wife and said, I'm going to have to go see this again. I don't know. I'm all mixed up with my feelings, but I absolutely loved it. And I think Joaquin Phoenix did a great job. I just think it was a great movie. And you don't see a lot of those.
10 minutes from my house is Johnny Cash's farm.
Is it?
His Bon Aqua farm. And there's a storyteller's museum right beside it. And you can go up, take tours of the house. They have bluegrass festivals up there in the barn.
Yeah.
And you need to do some digging around there. So it's got a
Johnny
big piece
probably
of
hit some stuff. Yeah.
I took out his groceries when I was a kid. We got a place called East Food Center. It's close by. And he would always come up there and buy his groceries. And I always told him if Johnny comes through the line to get me, because I was working in the back, just, like the dog food aisle and shit. And one time I got summons to come up front and sack groceries, and I came up there, and this person just had like a pack of Tennessee Pride sausage and some biscuits. And I was like, what the hell is this? You called me for this? And I looked up, and it was the man in black. There's Johnny.
Yeah.
So I took his sausage out.
There you go.
Manny the Hobgoblin's here. What's going on, Manny?
Oh, Manny.
There's Brother John. So
Trouble.
Yeah. There's Beckerman. What is going on? Big speedball guy. What else we got on here? I love Disney. Oh, Dune 2. I've heard so much about Dune 2. I haven't seen Dune 2. I haven't seen Dune 1. So
I saw Dune 1. I watched it when it first came out, and then I watched it again because there's been like a year and a half between the movies or something, and
yeah.
I said, let me watch this again. It was on Netflix and it was get ready to leave. So I watched it again. It holds up pretty good. I mean, I'll probably go see it. I mean, I don't know. I don't go to the movies a lot.
I Love Disney wants to know, did you see the spoof of Walk the Line with the
Oh,
Dewey
yes.
Cox?
Yeah.
Look out now. I like some Jack White as Elvis in there.
Yeah, I like that. It's every time they go into the room and he'd be like, "What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
We're doing cocaine. You don't want any part of that."
I think I want some of that cocaine.
Yeah, I think I want some of that. That's great.
Oh man. Well, anyway, let's see what else we got on there. What about if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Ooh. I thought about this a lot, which is sad. I think I would want to be able to, it's not like one thing, but I would want to be able to have a combo of controlled density and gravity. I'd want to be able to make things heavy and light, and I'd want to be able to control the gravity around it.
What are you gonna do with that?
Well, you ain't never gonna get me, because I'm telling you, you ain't gonna shoot me, because I'm always going to have a barrier around me controlling the gravity. And just like imagine being able to, like, pick up a car because you made it like as light as a box and throw that shit. And as you let go of it, it falls down and crushes somebody, something like that. I want to be like half the power pack. Zuckerman's right.
I used to say flying, but if flying takes any effort, I don't want to do that. I think you get tired.
But if you control gravity, all you got to do is just, you basically like, there's a D-list. I don't know if he's a hero or a villain. Torpedo. Remember Torpedo? Torpedo had them like jet boots on. If you could control gravity, then all you'd have to do is just,
Mass Master. I don't know Mass Master. You know Mass Master?
I do not.
I'm thinking more like teleport now instead of flying.
Yeah.
You could go to, Heroes Comic Con.
Right.
Go get pizza, come back.
But usually with teleportation, you always have to be able to see where you're going. That's what they all put in the books and the movies. Even Nightcrawler couldn't like just, bamf mamby pamby. He had to kind of have an idea where he was going.
It'd be kind of bad if you like appeared right in the middle of interstate somewhere and just got killed. Well, there went your teleport.
Yeah, so.
What about invisible?
Visible. It's not, I mean, you don't get to, like, nothing changes other than the fact that you disappear. Who cares about that? You still, they throw a little bit of what is it, a little bit of chalk on you, and now you're not invisible anymore. They beat shit out of you. So, pass.
Yeah. Guess you're right. All right, here's a hard one. Hamburger helper cheesy mac or hamburger helper lasagna?
Ooh. Man, I don't know. I haven't had hamburger and helper in years.
What's wrong with you? You got to have it at least once a week.
Not in this house. My wife won't have it. She's highbrow. I'd say lasagna if I had my choice.
I love them all. They're all good. The taco helper, there's about 20 different boxes out these days. So
yeah, they got a lot.
Oh, me.
Now they're telling us the history of Torpedo.
Oh, me. Yeah, I don't read much New Warrior stuff. I don't know a lot about
the Torpedo, that the guy died, and then there was a woman that played Torpedo that took over the suit.
Crazy. All right, let's see. All right, here's a versus question. Who'd win in a fight? We got Green Goblin versus Rocket Raccoon.
Green Goblin versus Rocket Raccoon.
I think Rocket can hold his own.
I think Rocket might be able to take him down. I mean, he can turn damn near anything into a weapon. I mean, and he's quick and fast, and he probably
he's little, but Green Goblin ain't too strong or nothing either.
No, he does. I don't think it's about that. I think Rocket would just, Rocket during that Guardians movie set that whole thing up with traps and everything, and took all those guys out. Shit.
Yeah, he become in that last one. He become a beast.
Yeah. So, I don't think I think Rocket would probably take it.
3-foot beast. Rocket wins 60 to 70% of those fights. I agree.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got me a new Rocket toy here lately. Let's see if we can see this one.
Yeah, come on. He's sporting something that big. He's going to take out Green Goblin. Green Goblin will come flying down in on his little, bat wing thing or whatever the hell that thing is, and
Yeah.
he just pop a cap.
Glider. Bat wing glider. Totally agree. Let me show these 4 books and get them out of the way. Somebody was talking about it last week. This time about Dale Horror. So here's your 4 categories. You got The Mummy.
That's nice.
It's kind of hard to find. 12-cent Mummy. You got my favorite one of the bunch. You got The Creature. Got the old boat back there. Then you got Frankenstein. These all came out around 64. Then you got the hardest one to find of all, the Dracula.
Wow.
It's got a lot of purple in it. It's a really pretty cover.
That is a pretty cover.
But somebody asked for them, so there you go. There's your Dale Universal Monsters. You got any books you want to show? About 5 books real quick before getting some more questions for you.
Yeah, I'll show you a little bit of the weird stuff that I since you're all about the weird.
What?
You know. The unusual. All right, first and foremost, you know, be envious because there is no dope comic that I know of. Maybe there is. Is there a comic that's titled Dope?
Not that I know of.
Well, there's one that's titled Digger.
Ah, Digger.
Yeah.
You gotta have that whole series right there, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know how far it went. It only went to issue 5, and I don't know if they ever went any further. So I got my own book here. When it came out, I was like, oh, I gotta have that. And it's about these guys are in charge of when they bury, evidently where they live, when you bury people, they come back to life. So they're in charge of taking them out.
Taking them out the second time?
Yeah, taking them out the second time. And so, yeah.
Are they like zombies?
Yeah, they take out the zombies once they come up out of the ground. And then I got this in a mystery box, and I thought that was the coolest Blade I'd ever seen. So I kept it. I love
Blade.
Yeah, because it's foily. It's got the little foily, and I didn't have that.
I really love the real old Blade. You know, the one that had the fro and had the wood darts and
yeah.
That's what I want to see in the movie. That look.
And this is I didn't know that was on there. Anyway, this is I bought this at like Heroes Con last year. You ever seen Ragman?
Yeah, some cool Ragman.
I love the Ragman. I read the whole series of Ragman. I think it was like 5 issues. I got to show another DC. So I was telling you, remember I tell you about the Omega, the teams? Well, This is one of the teams. Now, when this came out, this was the first time I'd ever gone to a con in Richmond, little baby con. It was like on the south side of town. I don't know where Brother John was. But I went, and they had Omega Men, and Keith Geffen was there. So he was promoting it. And he gave out these little cards, and he said, I said, I don't want you to sign the book, but will you sign the card? And he's like, yeah, that's cool. I didn't know what I was doing. I should have let him sign the damn book. But he signed the card, so the card always stays with the book. But I didn't know that Lobo was going to be so big. This is where this is the series where Lobo comes in. So that was my first ever con pickup that I thought was cool. I thought I was the junk, and I was like, oh my God, I got Keith Evans. I don't know what I was thinking. It was crazy. Anyway, last book I'll show before you go to another one. This is standard for me. If I see it, I buy it.
Yeah, them are awesome.
That's my childhood, man.
That's your jam right there.
I mean, this is what Brother John and I, or at least I wanted. I don't know about him, but we wanted one of these so bad because they were like 3 feet tall. And of course, my dad's like, if you can buy it, you can get it.
And I love that stuff like Shogun and Ragman, and I love that Machine Man behind you too on the wall back there.
Yeah, that's Nick's Kicks and Comics mystery box, baby. It was on my list actually. It was so funny because I have a mental list of things that I want, and I said, okay, I'm gonna find me a nice clean copy of that. Now I didn't necessarily need it to be slab, but I thought, I could pick me up one reasonably cheap next time I go to a con or something. And then when it came in the slab, I was like, oh, that's cool.
See, I wanted Machine Man to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought he fit them kind of crazy, weird stuff.
Right.
And I thought he'd been a good one for that run.
Yeah. I think he can do his own run, to be honest with you. But,
yeah, he's weird. He's kind of like Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh yeah. So.
Oh man. We got a creature 7.5. 7.5 the creature. That's good. I got a 6.5 CGC version, but I ain't got a 7.5. Dracula cover's awesome. Dracula is the only one I need. That Dracula is so hard to get. Oh me. What is the most valuable item you found metal detecting?
I have no idea because I don't price anything. I mean, I found my first gold ring. It was a woman's ring, but it was gold. It's probably worth about, I don't know, $70. With the stone is like some type of sapphire, so whatever a sapphire is worth. I don't dig a lot of gold because you have to dig a lot of trash. They both come up in the same range on the machine. So all those guys out at the beach, they're digging trash to find that gold.
What about that samurai katana you found that time?
Samurai katana? What are you talking about? You're nuts.
What about that old Civil War sword you found? Come on, man.
No. I mean, I found bullets. I found buttons from the Civil War. There's no value to them because they dropped a lot of bullets back then. One of the coolest things I will tell you I found was a political watch fob. The guy was running against Woodrow Wilson for the nomination to be president. And he was out here. He was from Missouri, so he'd taken it, I guess, train, because back then that's probably 12, something like that. They took the train. So he probably came here on the train, went out to the fairgrounds. I was detecting a yard of a house that was right off from where the fairgrounds were. And it's kind of cool. I just thought I didn't know what it was. I actually had somebody in the community that deals with it told me. So
there's Legion. Mark just missed the beekeeper and Dune talk. I know he's a big Dune guy.
He is a big Dune guy.
There's Jacob. What is going on, Jacob?
Jacob.
There is Kristen. What's going on? Oh,
I mean,
just grabbed a Legion 300.
Yeah. I liked the Legion. My brother liked reading Legion more than I did. I mean, I liked it during that period where it was, Mike Grell art, but he kept following on, and I was like, I don't care about it as much because I like the artist. If I liked the artist, I was in. I'd go back and find all those books that they drew. So it was kind of weird. My collection is weird because I'll jump from book to book because the artist is on it. So
here's a question for you. Do you still have, and do you remember your first comic?
I do. And, I used to have it right here, and I don't know where it went. It might be put back away. It was like a coverless X-Men 77, I believe. And I got there was older boys that lived next door, and I think they gave it to me to just have me be quiet. And I wasn't a great reader. And when my mother saw that, I was reading the comics, she was okay with it. She was like, you can continue to pick that up if you want, because you seem to be reading, and that's better than nothing. And I also, I was also working my hustle, man. I made my own money. So when I was making my own money, she didn't care what I bought it on, as long as, wouldn't cause any trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. We were talking at the comic store not too long ago, and they was talking about how Stan Lee wanted something for everybody to look up to, and how the X-Men were supposed to be like for the misfits.
Yeah.
The people that wasn't accepted at your school that had to sit at the other lunch table or whatever.
Yeah.
But it made me start thinking about every character, like who is this designed for? Who is this designed for? Because I relate a lot to the Hulk. I've always read the Hulk, and I like the whole. I think everybody's got two sides. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Don't matter if it's anger, drug problem, alcohol, whatever. There's two sides to everybody. You're always fighting your inner Hulk, I guess. And I guess that's why I like Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's just like Hulk. He can't stop, from turning into a flaming mess. So.
That's right. Well, I always tell people, you're always wrestling with the decision. You got that little angel on this side, and the little devil on that side. Which way you're going to go is up to you. So
Yeah. And living here in the Bible Belt, I met a preacher about 6 months ago, and he told me that if you want to talk anything about the Bible or anything about Iron Man, he knew it. I said, Iron Man? He said, yeah, he can relate. Ever since he got into preaching, he's always been reading all his Iron Man stuff. He said, because whenever he puts on his suit, everybody thinks he's perfect. And when he walks into the church, he's perfect. And that's how they feel about Iron Man. And Iron Man used to be drinking on the cover of some of his comic books. And so, he felt like, Iron Man's not perfect and he's not perfect, but they both wear that suit. And everybody thinks they are perfect.
Right.
So, oh, man. Let's see. Guardians of the Galaxy out of the Marvel Universe movie. Guardians of the Galaxy favorite out of the Marvel. I guess, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Movie. Yeah. There's somebody talking about your samurai katana you found again.
I think he's laughing about you. Jerry said, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That's what I like. Mark, look at here. Look at this right here. Here's the greatest. We got my favorite Ghost Rider toy. And we got the greatest enemy ever of Ghost Rider. We got the orb. You gotta love the orb. Oh man. I don't know if you can see, but there's about a billion Hulks on the
and
second.
You got a leader and the Hulks and
and we got don't forget about Abomination on there. We got Abomination. Love Hulk, love everything about it. Oh me.
Right on.
All right. Well, next question for you. Somebody wants to know, what would be your Grail book?
Man, I don't really. You know what? I don't know, man. I don't have one of those in my life. I mean, there are books that I always want to attain. I felt very blessed that I got this Power Man right here that was given to me for Christmas by a friend of mine. It's a 1.8. Don't care. Presents fine.
Yeah.
I don't really have a Grail book. I really don't think I do. I would say it's the Taskmaster, but clearly I can't pick the right book there.
I wasn't gonna bring that up. That was pretty funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny when you did it, but it was funny on a Comic Vet show when he started using that as a little.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I had to at one point I just had to laugh. I was like, this is. I mean, it was just a bad decision. I didn't follow my rules. You got rules, and they didn't follow the rule. So that's what you get when you don't follow the rule. I have a rule when it comes to eBay. If I see something I like, I hit the little heart and I go away. And I'll go away for like 3 days. And in 3 days, somebody will usually have said, hey, well, I know I said it was $20, but now it's only $18. And then I'll wait another day or so. Next thing you know, it's only $15. And if you wait long enough, you get it down to half price. And you're like, holy cow, it's half price. And then I'll buy it then. But I usually will have looked at it more by then in detail. I was also doing it on my phone, which I don't normally do. I do it on the computer. And I didn't follow any of my rules with that. So that's what you get when you don't follow your rules.
I've done that before too. There was a book I wanted, an Odell book, and I looked it up as a good price, and I was in a hurry to buy it, and I hit buy it now, and I was like, man, they didn't even have the number right. Then I started looking at it, and I bought like a showcase reprint of that book, and they had the right number. I just I was in such a hurry to buy it because it was such a good deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit.
Well, I'm not the only one. I mean, Remy, I think I even sent in the video. I did a Remy Q. Remy Q thought he was buying, G.I. Joe #1. It was, Tales of G.I. Joe #1 or whatever it was. It was the reprint or whatnot. And so everybody does it from time to time. You want me to show you another book?
Go ahead, brother.
All right. Well, we was talking about, I told you that I love Iron Man. I think Iron Man's great. This is part of the reason why. All right.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Ron.
When I bought that issue and I read it, I was like, at the time, I mean, Brother John and I kind of grew up in my parents were religious. They didn't, there won't no drinking and all that crazy stuff. So I didn't know a lot of people. I mean, I knew people could get drunk, but
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of friends or in my circle that parents were like that. And then as I got older, so when I read that, it really hit me. And then when I got older, and one of my friends, actually, his mother was a really bad alcoholic, and it just the whole thing just hit me really hard. So I love that. And then I love this. This is probably one of the best storylines with him versus Doom, and they go back in time and they got to help each other to get back to the thing. So
Beautiful
Iron Man is always going to have a place.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I think that's why people I like the Hulk and Ghost Rider so much, because they're not perfect, just like Iron Man,
Yeah.
And I hope Mark ain't still on here, but like Superman's too perfect. I read Superman every week and love Superman, but he needs a little bit of a flaw. He needs to be hooked on drugs or something.
Superman, is supposed to be, represents the best of all of us, I think, and that's why they keep him that way. You know what? There are some books that I will confess, I will, if it's got a beautiful cover, even if I don't read it, I don't care. And really cool covers. This is one of them. Floating Heads 200. Come on.
Love that one.
I had to, I gave it away in a mystery box, and I felt so bad. I was like, man, I'm gonna get it. It's a beautiful Ramita cover, and I had to have it. And then this one, I went out with Naman, went down, Naman doesn't live that far down the road. And so he said, let's go, hunting. And I said, all right, I'll come down there where you live and you show me all your spots. And then you come up next time to my place. So we went into this one store, and they had this book. Okay. But I wanted to see it. So I went to the woman and said, look, I want to get this book. Is it okay if I take it out of the bag? I just want to, I don't mind paying the price, but I want to look at it, make sure it's complete. And she goes, yeah, no, we don't like that. I said, well, I don't like paying taxes, but I do it. My question is, are you, is somebody going to take this book out? Now I want to purchase it, whether it be you or me, I don't care, but somebody going to take this book out. So she was like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I should do it. I said, well, you don't have to. I'll do it. Well, we don't like the customers to do it. So we did this whole round robin thing. And I said, maybe you should get your manager, somebody that's slightly higher in years. And Naman's just over there going, wow, Digger Jim's going crazy. But I got pissed off. She was like, yeah, we don't like to do that. I was like, well, that's dumb. And I'm going to reply with a, back in kind. So, but I ended up buying it.
I love that book.
Yeah, it's complete, and it has all its pay. Because you buy some of these things, and some of these shops don't even look at it, and it came out of a collection or something. They don't look at it; they don't even know if it's complete. Yeah. So I was going to check, but yeah, I love that.
I love them C and D list celebrities. I mean, villains, and they've got plenty of them in that one.
Oh yeah, but this is like second appearance of Groot.
Yep, you got Groot. You got Titan on there.
Yeah, I mean, Taboo.
Because you think about Hulk's, rogue gallery, he don't really have any real big names. You got the leader, you got Wendigo.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest villain of all time would be Wolverine, if you call him a villain, but he was a villain in 181, I guess.
Right. And Abomination.
Yeah, I like Abomination.
Yeah. Look at Mark. Mark's like, were you holding cash in your hand? I didn't have cash in my hand, but it don't matter, man. I mean, I had my wallet out. I was ready to check out. That was the only book no, that's not even the only book. I got a couple other books, but this was the one I wanted open because it came off of the wall. The other ones didn't. Here's another one that I got when I was out with Nam, and we went to another place, and I'd seen the cover, but I'd forgotten about it, and I just thought it was cool. Madame Xanadu. Yeah. And I said, Nam, I'm going to get that because there's not a whole lot in this store that I really care about. So I bought that one. And I'm pulling out all my weird stuff that I like, that I think you appreciate. Like The Spot.
The Spot. How can you beat The Spot?
I love The Spot. I thought The Spot was great. Yeah.
Spot. Okay. Kangaroo. Did you ever see Kangaroo?
Yes.
Or Leapfrog.
Leapfrog.
Some more of the bad guys.
Yep.
Since
And
Mark's on here, let's ask Mark. I wonder what you and Mark both got to say about this. Who you got in a fight? You got Incredible Hulk, or what about let's get him down.
Doomsday.
What about him?
That's Doomsday?
You got Doomsday, or you got Hulk?
Man, I don't know.
They're basically the same guy if you think about it.
I kind of feel like, I don't know. I thought Hulk always got stronger the madder he got. You know?
Doomsday jumps around, can't fly. Hulk can't fly. They just jump around and destruction everywhere they go.
Mark's taking Doomsday.
Doomsday did kill Superman, so.
That's true. That's true.
So, I don't know. I'd like to see that fight better. And I also would like to see, instead of using Doomsday, it'd have been cool if they did a Marvel DC crossover and used Hulk against Superman right there, and they both killed each other. Nobody wins. Marvel makes money. DC makes money. Everybody's happy. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Which I do think there was a trade, one of the big, what do you call those things? Treasury, where they had Hulk going against Superman. But I've never seen it. Doomsday will stop getting up. The Hulk can only break him the one time. Yeah. It'd be a good fight. I'd like to see it. That's my favorite. I'm a big Doomsday guy, but I'm also a big Hulk guy.
Hulk guy. That's
true. I think Doomsday is definitely my favorite Superman villain. I'm not into Brainiac or none of that. All right. Next question. Let's see. One night in Paris shopping for comics, or would you rather have one night with Paris Hilton shopping for comics?
I'd be fine shopping for comics in America. I don't need to go to no damn Paris to shop for no comics.
That's not a choice. The choice was, do you want to go one night in Paris or one night in Paris Hilton shopping with comics?
I don't need Paris Hilton. I'm good without Paris Hilton. Thank you very much.
Man, no Paris Hilton love. What is up with that?
Yeah, pass.
I'm a big Paris Hilton fan, man.
That's cool, but
that money just makes her even hotter. I could have all the Hulk ones I wanted. You get Paris Hilton.
That's true.
So, all right, here's another versus question. You got you got the Green Giant, or do you got the Michelin Man?
Did you just mean the Jolly Green Giant?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jolly Green Giant, man, all the way.
You know the Michelin Man is, don't you? The big tire.
Yeah, big tire guy.
So you think the Green Giant can take out the tire guy? I mean, the tire guy reminds me a lot of the Thing.
No, he can just knock his ass and roll him down the street. No problem. Yeah. That's what he'd say too. Jolly Green Giant, just step on him.
Oh man.
No doubt.
So Mark says the real question is whether or in Paris. Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking 10 minutes in and for a whole night in Paris. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. They don't open up books. I'm going to a GA Disney book with a flag over $100. Had them open up the book. Had it detached. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Mark's taking the Jolly Green Giant.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the tire guy does have speedball powers. You can't hurt the Michelin Man.
He just bounces.
Last week we had a big fight between the hamburger helper glove and a Pillsbury Doughboy. You know, the hamburger helper glove didn't have no legs. If you could get behind him and choke him out, you had
right. He'd be all right.
But from the front, he just grabs you and it's over with. So
you got to get that positioning. I think CJ would probably be more hamburger helper glove.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I picked the hamburger helper because you don't know what finger to choke out if you do get behind him. But
yeah, how you gonna take?
You got to get behind him though because he can't do nothing from there.
Right. So. Right.
All right. What's your favorite food living in the South? You got to have some favorite food.
Favorite food living in the South. It's all those things that are Southern. You know, I mean, I love. You know what? I love a thing that's called Brunswick stew. Do you know what Brunswick stew is?
They sell it right below my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
The local Wit barbecue.
When we were growing up, I love barbecue first and foremost, but Brunswick stew, when we were growing up, I remember my dad would drive over because the Kiwanis or somebody like that, you know, one of them clubs would be cooking it. for a fundraiser. He'd bring that home, and I thought that was the best. On a cold night. Oh my Lord, that was good stuff.
Brunswick stew. That's the first time we've had that on here. All right. Here's a question for you and Mark, because I know Mark cares about this stuff pretty good, Matt. Let's see here. John Boy 985 asks, can Optimus Prime swim?
I would think so, but I have no idea.
Y'all talk Transformers a lot. I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so. I mean, he's probably got some fans somewhere that can propel him. So
you don't think he would short out or anything?
No. I mean, if he's legit being able to do all this changing and whatnot, he's got protection in that racket.
I mean, the Earth's what, 70% water or something? So there's a lot of places that Optimus Prime couldn't go.
Yeah, it's got to be in a comic, right? I would think he'd be able to. Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Oh, man. There is 22 Comics. What is up, 22 Comics? If you ain't subscribed to 22, go subscribe to 22. He's got the world-famous duck race.
He's got a show tonight, I think.
Why wouldn't he be able to?
Yeah. He's got arms.
He's got arms, but I think he weighs tons, and he's metal. And he's a machine.
But I'm thinking they've got something that would allow him to do it. So we'll see.
That's one of the dumb questions I told you to hear tonight that you probably
you did. You did warn me about that.
We ain't got to the dumbest question yet, though. I can't wait to get to the dumbest question. We got another fight, though. Who you got, Guy Fieri or Dr. Phil?
Dr. Phil. He's a big dude. Have you ever seen it? I mean, he's got to be over 6 foot something. I think he could take out Fieri.
I think he can throw down too. I think so too.
I think he'd take him out for sure.
You think he'd take out Guy Fieri?
Yeah, I really do, because he's so big, and I think anybody that's a psychiatrist or has that type of thing can flip a switch, like you said, and be like, I will kick your ass.
He gets that type on his show a lot of times, put people in their place.
Yeah.
And I figure Guy Fieri's probably about 5'4".
Yeah, he's not big. Yeah. He's not big. He's just fat.
He slapped them glasses off the back of his head.
Eating all that food.
Well, Dr. Phil don't like he misses much meals either.
No, but I think, he puts out the worst society every week. He's right. That's why I said Dr. Phil. And he's a big guy. I'm telling you, I think he's like 6'2", 6'3". He's a big man. So I think he'd take him out.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, all right, another versus Cobra Commander versus Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The only thing I remember about Cobra Commander is he was always running away. So I'll go Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude, every time he's like, retreat. So, yeah.
You can't hit Cobra in the face. We know that.
Yeah, Jean-Claude for sure. I actually watched Time Cop not too long ago. I love that movie. I don't know why people hate it, but I love it.
The best Jean-Claude Van Damme movie I like, most people don't know much about, but I like Cyborg. You ever seen that one?
I think I saw it.
It's a robot, and he's got to get this robot across the United States. It's got the cure, and they got to get him to the lab in Atlanta. It's got the CDC down there. And,
yeah. Now you're going to make me go see if it's on Tubi.
Cyborg, I love Tubi. I watch Tubi all the time. Cyborg is my favorite, though. Time Cop, that was, yeah. And what about, everybody loves Bloodsport.
Well, yeah, Bloodsport is, the beginning. But, he did Universal Soldier.
Double Trouble was awful.
Yeah, remember? Well, that was bad. But,
yeah. Kickboxer, that was another one of them. Yeah, Cyborg was grungy. Let's see.
Cobra no jokes can shoot.
Yeah.
So they don't shoot anything. Then nothing ever gets hit. You know what? Lasers. They actually probably are the bad guys in all the Jason Statham movies, because they don't hit anything.
I'm surprised how slow the missiles are, because they'll turn around in one of them little bubble trouble things. They'll see a missile coming and they'll jump out and parachute out before the missile hits them.
I'm not gonna try to stop it. I'm just gonna jump.
Yeah. They're jumping. They're doing cartwheels over lasers and all that. Yeah, they're pretty bad. A-Team was that way. You remember how they'd be running around, people be shooting machine guns, and you'll see like the dust flying up around their feet. Nobody ever got hit.
Nobody ever got hit.
No, nope.
I just wanted the A-Team van. That's all.
I loved A-Team. I had a big B.A. Brackus poster on my wall as a kid.
I wanted that van so bad. I was like, that would be the van to have.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So,
all right, are you a Manwich or Sloppy Joe guy?
I don't know the difference. I'm going to say Sloppy Joe because that's the word I know. I don't know the difference between a Manwich and a Sloppy Joe. To me, the same thing.
It's Pepsi Coke.
Yeah.
Know? It's what brand do you like?
Then I'm gonna say Sloppy Joe because that's what was, growing up. That's what we would have. Sloppy Joe.
Man. All right, we're down to 3 questions before we get to the secret envelope.
Well, I'm going to show another book before we do it because I want you to know.
How many books you got left?
I got a couple I wanted to show you.
All right, let's do your books first, and we'll get down to the last 3 questions.
All right. So one of the things that I didn't tell you about, well, first and foremost, this X-Men,
yep,
and this X-Men were messed with my head when they first came out. That's all I'm gonna say about that because I was like, oh my God, what the hell's going on? Claremont just messed with me when they did that one. But I'm a big, I don't know if you see it right there. That's Thanos, but that's like a negative space. So I love all these negative space variants.
That one's amazing. I need that myself.
Yeah. That one.
Is that a Werewolf by Night? Is that what that is?
Yeah. I think it's actually a Moon Knight book, but they use Werewolf by Night on it. I love that one. I'm not even a big Star Wars guy, but I thought that was phenomenal. I'm gonna show a couple more. That's the way Scarlet Witch should be all the time in my world. That's the way George Perez. I mean, she was a gypsy. Come on. And there you go. Here's Magneto. That's pretty new. Whenever these come out, I always get me a couple copies. It all started with this one, though. This is the one that started it. Ben Parker Comics sent that to me in my we did a Christmas swap, and that came in there, and I was like, damn, that is tight. I got to get me some more of these. And then I fell down that rabbit hole, and then I had to have an Iron Man one. And I don't even think that's his best one, but so that's it. That's all. I just wanted to show you those because I wanted you to know that's probably like whenever anything negative space comes out, I'm getting it. Even if it sucks, I'll be like, I've still got to have a part of the collection because I'm weird.
I think the most one I see the most is the Wolverine, the yellow banana one.
Yeah. My wife bought me that in a 9.6 about 3 years ago. Yeah, she got me that for Christmas.
Yeah, them are really cool. I like those things. And what's the ones that came out before that everybody was collecting and had like I remember there was a Hulk and a Punisher. All the ones were just the who's the artist that did all the
John Tyler Christopher?
No, somebody else. But they did all the covers. I can't remember the name of the guy, but he did like a whole run. He came out with 12 or 13 a year. And he's a very famous artist. He does I can't think of his name now.
David Nakayama?
No. Bigger than all that.
Wow.
But he does all the Marvel covers, and it's just like a painting of their head. And he's done all the Marvel guys. Like Alex Ross. There you go. Your brother got it right. You seen the Alex Ross covers where it's got all the different painting pictures? They got the Hulk.
Oh, yeah. I got all those too.
Them are beautiful. I like a lot of them came out.
Yeah, I got all of the heroes and all of the timeless variants of the villains.
Yeah. The Alex Ross ones are really neat.
Some of them not so great. Some of them are incredible.
The Hulk one's one I really like.
Yeah, right on.
And then, I kept waiting on them to come out. The Punisher came out like a year later, and I think that was the last one I remember coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, them are really cool. That's the two big trends I've seen: the Alex Ross ones, and then the variants like you're talking about, the negative space ones.
Yeah.
There's look at there,
Brian
local
LCL.
comic stud, Brian. Oh man, wonder if you dug up anything tonight. So
I dug up some books.
Yeah, dug up some books. All right, we got 3 more questions.
All right.
And I don't even want to ask one. It's so stupid. But I'm going to ask it anyway. Have you ever found a comic book with your metal detector?
No. But I thought about doing that as like a whack comics thing, burying one and then, putting like a little penny or a dime or something on it.
Well, you got the staples. I don't know.
It wouldn't come up. It probably wouldn't even pick them up that well.
Oh me. All right, let's see here. What's another one? 2024 comic goals.
You know what? 2024 comic goals to pick up a couple of the books that are on my mental list that I am bad at writing down and putting out there to the YouTube world to share. One of them is already here by Nick, and I wanted that Taskmaster. That's going to have to be recirculated. There is a couple other ones, and if I can, maybe get down there to Heroes Con. We're gonna see how that plays out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing that.
That seems to be y'all's thing.
Well, it's probably the one big true con dope that I'll go to. I live right outside of Baltimore, so I can always go to that one. But yeah, I've been to other ones. They're okay. Steel City Con is up and out towards Pittsburgh, and from what I understand, that may not be happening again because they sold the building. So I don't know if they're going to keep it going or what. But I really enjoy Heroes just because it's pure. I mean, the way they do it, it's like, yeah, they got cosplay, but it's way over there. And I don't have to even go over that part of the damn thing. Is so big. The convention center is so big. So they can do the little thing in the corner. And I got all of this, which is nothing but comics. And I love it. I love it. So I'd rather go and do that.
Hotels close by?
Yeah, right across the street.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, right across the street. Yeah.
All right, it's time to open up the top secret envelope and find out what ties it has to you. So, what is in this envelope? I was sitting around thinking. You ever sit around at night? You remember I used to talk about it just a while ago? You used to talk about it, you sit around thinking about crazy shit?
Yeah.
So what's your woman's name, Jim?
Sarah.
So you and Sarah are taking a vacation, right?
Right.
This is in there. Last second, you tell her, you're like, hey, can I bring my metal detector? She says, I'll go grab it, right? So you and her are going out in the desert, and you brought your metal detector. You come across this. Oh, a fence torn down. It says, keep out. You go inside and you start digging. You're finding all kinds of hits, and you're hitting this, hitting that, and you're digging up stuff, and you ain't found nothing nowhere. And turns out you're right at Bruce Banner's gamma ray study place where the damn gamma bomb went off. And the next thing you got is Gamma Jim. So there's you some Gamma Jim.
There's some Gamma Jim. That's about right. That's about the way he'd look.
The new comic book coming soon, Gamma Jim, a 4-part series.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got to do that. 100%.
Yeah.
Digger Jim doesn't follow the rules. He breaks the rules and gets Gamma Rayed.
You were just digging. The more you dug, the more your skin started burning. Before you could get back to the hotel, you was Gamma Jim.
Gamma Jim. I love it.
A cross between Hulk and a Digger. I don't know what's going on. You're enraged.
That's hilarious.
Oh, me. So, yeah. Brian thought it was funny. 22 Comics thought it was funny.
He skipped leg day. That's what he said.
Yeah. Well, you got some baggy pants. Something's going on.
Yeah. And for some reason, I got a pink sock on. I don't know what that's about. I don't think I own any pink socks, but sure.
What are you trying to tell us there, Jim?
I didn't draw it. I'm not trying to tell you anything.
Look, how accurate is the metal detector? Is that pretty good?
That's pretty good.
Got the bend in it and everything.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
You got a belt buckle like that?
I might actually.
You live in the South. You gotta have a big belt buckle.
I might actually have one like that up there. So
dang, look at there. We need a Gamma Jim and a 9.8. So from now on, you see me, you'll be Gamma Jim from now on.
Sounds good.
Well, anyway, awesome. We're at 59 minutes and 12 seconds. We try to get somebody's talking about leg day again on here. Comic Cap Collectibles. So yeah. You need to work out more, Digger, on that bottom half.
All right. Yeah. I'll make sure to do that.
Send
me that picture as well. It'll inspire me. It'll inspire me to work out more.
Well, we're under an hour. That's where we always want to be. It's been fun having you on here. Time flew by.
Well, thank you for having me, sir. This was great.
I enjoy watching you on every show you're on. You're always in a good mood, and you collect for all the right reasons. And thank you for coming on. You got anything you want to say? Where you going to be? What you going to be doing anytime soon?
I don't have anything coming up necessarily. I will be doing. Unfortunately, I don't know when I'm going to get out to dig because it's supposed to be raining like all the rest of this week. And then my son's birthday is Sunday, so we'll be doing something then. But I am going to start doing these pack rips again. I like doing these pack rips. They're like mystery boxes. And I'm a soccer fan, so that'll be something I'm doing. Gary B's show is Thursday. I should be on that unless something happens. So
you're always on the comment, Vet. You doing that Wednesday?
I don't know if I will be there this Wednesday. I have a lot. I told you, 50 hours a week. I've just been buried at work lately. Work's been insane. So I don't know if I'm going to make it on tomorrow.
Well, anyway, everybody go subscribe to his channel. And I enjoy having you on here. Oh, here's a happy birthday to your son.
Yeah.
It's the guy driving the driver's license. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure that's going to be on the list of things to do. Hey, we're going to give him this car and I'm going to go buy my car and you get to, sit on there and do nothing. So I'm sure my wife has it all planned out. But yeah.
Well, all right, man. I got a daughter that's 15, so I'm buying a car too soon. So I know where you're at.
There you go.
She's been driving. Her birthday is June 22nd. So I've got a little bit longer to go, but not long. So
right on.
Until next time, though, read your comics.
Keep digging.